If you follow me on Periscope or Twitter, then you know that I'm pretty active on the scene when it comes to releases of phones. In the last few days, I've been tweeting like crazy. Now, when these phones come out, these companies give you these buzzwords that get you super excited about the phones, and they show you unrealistic stats, and they show you images that they took that were obviously doctored up. So what I'm gonna do is today I'm gonna break through the mold, and we're gonna get down to the nitty gritty of the OnePlus 2. Their launch was really different. It was sort of a VR experience. And I streamed the whole thing live on Periscope. That's the second time I said Periscope. That's a hint for you to follow me on Periscope. But I streamed the whole thing live, and it was just weird having this whole 3D effect going on where the guy will walk behind you and sort of whisper in your ear of what's happening with the phone. It was really different, but they talked about a lot of stuff. So let's take some time to break it down and discover what really happened with the OnePlus 2. All right, the disclaimer of this video is that I don't have both devices, obviously. A lot of times I'm privy to embargoed information, so sometimes I know information I can't speak about ahead of time. But as of right now, I know exactly what you know about the OnePlus 2. I don't know anything more than you. So this is just my opinions from what I saw and from people who actually used it, and this is sort of what I'm gathering from there. The OnePlus 2 is 5.5 inches. It has a 1080p screen, a Qualcomm Snapdragon 810 processor, version 2.1. So there's two versions of the phone. There's the 16 gigabyte, which has 3 gigabytes of RAM, and then there's a 64 gigabyte version, which has 4 gigabytes of RAM. The version that I'm talking about is a 64 gigabyte version, which costs $389. Now this is aggressively priced at a few dollars more than the previous version, which is good. It was actually surprising. I thought it was gonna be a little bit more expensive. So it's actually gonna be running the Oxygen OS operating system, which is a highly modified version of Android, but it's actually pretty minimalistic at the same time. It looks like Android, it feels like Android, but there's a bevy of features built into it. And I'm actually not really opposed to Oxygen OS versus CyanogenMod. For the battery, we're looking at 3,300 milliamps, which should get you through the day, but with this processor, that's the part I have a big question mark about. Now the back covers can be replaced easily. There's a sandstone, wood, carbon, and a mahogany type of wood. Now the one thing that really stood out to me is the processor. It's running the Snapdragon 810 2.1 processor. This is the same chip, ladies and gentlemen, in the HTC M9 in everyone's size. You know, they said that they're gonna make the chip better by underclocking it to 1.8 gigahertz, but I'm a little worried about that because I don't think slowing down a chip is actually a good solution to something. I would have rather seen the 808 processor that we see in the LG G4 or even the brand new announced Moto X. So that's something we should really keep an eye on as far as performance and as far as heat distribution. That's something that I'm going to look at day one. Now we also have the new USB-C on board as well, and it comes with a pretty nifty adapter that you can use older peripherals with it. The camera also received a well-needed upgrade. It's a 13 megapixel shooter with a 1.3 micron pixel sensor. What micron pixel sensor really means is that it grabs more light, and when you grab more light, you're better at low light performance. Even when you're not in low light, you still have better pictures. You know, the wider the lens, the bigger the lens, the more light that comes in, which means you can use a lot less ISO, which gives you a cleaner image. So that's something you should really look forward to. Now Marquez already posted a video of some sample shots from the OnePlus 2, and I'm gonna link it down below so you can see his sample images. The last thing I wanna discuss is the fingerprint reader. Now that is something that I enjoy. When I purchased the S6, I was super pumped about using the fingerprint reader because more and more applications now support it. Like my credit union, they support it. I can log in with my fingerprint. Even LastPass, I can log into all of my accounts with my fingerprint. That's something that I think is the future, besides retina scanning or something crazy like that. And I really like that. Now, looking at the video from Droid Life that they posted, it is lightning fast. You can even use it when the screen is off. You just tap your finger over it and it unlocks the phone. And I'm super happy to see that. Now I know it does have a hardware modification where you have like a little hardware button at the bottom, and a lot of people don't like the button at the bottom, but I don't mind it because the fingerprint scanner is really, really good. And I'm super excited to see it. And also that button is more like a little touchpad. It's not really like a clicky button, but it's kind of like a laptop trackpad. So I'm interested to see what developers can do with it or how you can further interact with your phone. Now, of course, when we talk about the OnePlus 2, the flagship killer, we always have to talk about the price and exactly what you're missing, because there's nothing that's perfect, especially when you're coming in at presumably such a slim margin. Well, for starters, this isn't Qi charging. So the wireless chargers that we're starting to see now at IKEA, at McDonald's, or even your home office won't work with the OnePlus 2. And it didn't work with the OnePlus 1 either. With the rumored iPhone 6 Plus that's coming out and it may have wireless charging built into it, you know wireless charging is going to take off. And it really feels like they missed out a huge opportunity on having wireless charging on this device. And we also don't have Qualcomm's quick charge as well, which can really charge your device from 0 to 100% in less than 1 hour. Now I think they're missing out on an opportunity there as well because they're using a chip that supports it. So I'm really not sure what's really happening there or what's the benefit of not providing that. I don't know. And lastly, there's no NFC. The OnePlus 1 had NFC, and this bothers me the most out of everything. And the reason behind that is because mobile payments is becoming our reality. I buy stuff every single day with my phone using mobile payments, Google Wallet. And you know, it becomes more convenient of not having to lug around your wallet or dig through your wallet. If your hands are full, you have your phone in your hand, you tap it. Now that I can't do that with this phone, it really, really bothers me. And I'm a little disappointed about that decision. Hopefully we can get something where we can put a little card in there or do something to get NFC back. But not having NFC, not having wireless charging, and not having the fast charger, it really bothers me, and I'm really perplexed on why we're missing out on this great technology. As always, guys, my name is Kevin the Tech Ninja, and this was just my thoughts of the OnePlus 2. Well, stay tuned. I'm going to give my thoughts on Motorola's event that they just had actually today. As always, guys, make sure you like the video, subscribe to my channel. Make sure you follow me on Twitter. You can join the Scope Squad for yourself. I got the Scopers right here watching the video, and I'll holler at you guys later. Peace.
James, how does the Tech Ninja go?